This video is intended for audiences who are 13 and over. If you are not 13 and over, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
3K.
Race war, race war,
Okay.
race war, race war.
Hey,
It's kind of dangerous to yell that in Ohio, but
well, yeah, you know what, shout out. Hey, speaking of race war, right? Hey, so hey, let's get off topic about this real quick, and let's jump to Kamen Rider Geeks real quick, right?
oh, okay.
Right. Hey,
Yeah.
so you know how Neon has two Butler, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I found out they don't share the same name.
What do you mean?
One of them
Like
is
the
named
actors
Ben, and the other one is John.
Yeah, one of them is named Ben and one of them is named
Yeah,
John.
I thought
knew
they were
that.
both named John this entire time. And
Oh, I'm pretty sure that they list their fucking names in there as like Ben and John or whatever.
in the
I don't
credits,
know.
well,
I'd have believed it if they were fucking named the same thing.
yeah,
But
I thought it would
apparently
have been way more funnier in Gates if they were both just named John, and her family, yeah, we just got hired two guys named them John, you know, right? That's American as it gets, you know.
Yeah.
Right? But hey,
To be fair, at least they made them different race of American people for the ones in Geats, so at least you can't get them confused.
mm-hmm.
And here in Kamen Rider Black Sun, they just made two different timelines of black people so that you can't get confused.
Yeah? Hey, boy, hey,
Right
you
off
know,
the
we
bat.
record these weekly,
Hey.
so you were telling me about this, and so I was waiting for it to happen right away. This is hey.
Yeah, right off the bat. Hey, remember lynchings? Remember how that happened? Remember fucking boy. Fuck, what was it? What was that? I think it was like The Great Debaters or whatever, that Denzel Washington movie. I remember watching that because it was one of those movies that, like, as a black kid, your parents are like, you need to see this. This is educational. We learn about the history and stuff and the struggles of black success. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. But there's a scene in there where, like, these kids that are, like, I guess college kids trying to, like, become a debate team, whatever, right?
Okay,
a black debate team, the whole thing. And it's like, they're going through, like, the South or whatever. And they drive, and there's, like, a lynching happening. And they're like, just keep your heads down and, like, we'll, like, try to get past. We gotta make sure that we can get past. And it's like, upon retrospect, that's an incredibly fucked up scene.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was just like, well, this is the most dramatic part of this fucking, like, movie about debate teams.
Okay.
But
that was your
now
big
it's
take.
like,
That was your big take.
now I'm watching a rhino man get pulled up into the fucking sky and, like, set on fire, and I'm like, oh my god, it's fucking Emmett Till all over again.
Right. Hey, look. Hey, do you think how much research do you think the writers did, right, for this? You think they just looked up American history, right? I mean,
I'm assuming that they just asked the two black people that they had on cast.
Right? I mean, it's obviously going to reference American history.
They said what would be the most fucked up thing that could happen to a person of color in America. And they went, well, there was this thing called lynchings, and then they said, tell me more, please.
Right. Anything recent for us to use in our media, you know, right?
Yeah. Also, yeah, anything recent? Lynchings. Still lynchings.
Hey, it's Kamen Rider Black Sun, episode 2.
Yeah.
These episodes do not have titles, so we don't have to worry about trying to figure out what the titles for these things are. They just said episode 2. That's it.
I'll call it an episode. The episode where they try to explain everything with flashbacks. Boy, they were really getting a Kiva style, like, this is what's happening in the past, this is what's happening in the future, this is what's happening in the past, this is what's happening in the future. Like, it's interesting because I'm pretty sure, again, neither of us actually watched Kamen Rider Black properly.
Yeah.
The original. But I would assume that the only reason that they're doing it this way is because they're trying to tell the story in the present day. Because if it had been... I doubt that it was like, in original Kamen Rider Black, they were flashing back to fucking, like, 50 years ago.
Right.
Like, all the time. Like, it wasn't... I make the Kiva comparison because it's like, again, I don't think this was a time travel or, like, time played as big of a deal, big as a role in this interpretation of Black Sun versus the original
and
Kamen Rider
I'm
Black.
pretty sure in the original 1980s Kamen Rider Black, they didn't do this. They weren't telling us these messages, you know? They're just like, hey...
Yeah, and they probably didn't have...
What stupid monster is Kamen Rider Black gonna fight this week? Oh, it's a guy in a rhino suit, you know, right?
Yeah, it's a pool party and a plant monster's there. Oh, no.
Mm-hmm, right?
Yeah, instead, it's very much a Japanese liberation front. Like, so, boy, what to say about this?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just like, this is very much, it's very reminiscent of like Black Panther stuff.
Yeah.
Not the movie with Rip Chadwick Boseman, but like actual Black Panther movement, like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, like all these like civil rights like icons. But the problem is, I feel like the way that Japan is looking at it is way more of like, because we talked about it with Kamen Rider Black initially, and it was like back in the day it was more referencing like the cult like threat that was going around Japan, and like, oh, there were all these different groups that were trying to like sell you to like, you know, drink the Kool-Aid and stuff. And those, it's true that there are like, there have been and still are to some extent like some of these movements and like groups that go into a cultish way instead of like actually talking about equal rights or like freedom. But the argument that they're making is fundamentally just one of civil rights. And when you mix that together with the whole terrorist thing, it's like, yeah, but they've kind of got a point here, and you're not really showing like a like we haven't gotten a moderate or like sensible version of it. I mean, I guess it starts off sensible. It seems like we're going to watch the slow decline of it going more radical and extremist.
I mean,
but like,
we started off pretty strong with a guy being lynched and burned. So
no, I just mean for what Gorgom is versus what Gorgom becomes.
All right,
like where we're starting off now, it's like, okay, they have some like they're making a good argument. Like they just want to not get lynched and not get chased. Like they want to try and like have equal rights. But we're going to get to a point where we are in the present, where Gorgon is the bad guy, and they are milking the Century King for his juices, so that they can like keep making people and controlling them, and like to make the heat heaven. Which, oh hey, guess what? We've had the heat heaven this whole time. Gorgon's been selling crack to the community since the beginning, I guess. Oh boy, yay. Everybody have your free crack party all around. Get high. I'm still not sure. Also, I'm really curious if Oliver Jones. So let's talk about the black elephant in the room. Okay. We're introduced to Oliver Jones, who was briefly mentioned in the first episode when they just like without any context just mentioned his name when looking at what's her face. The 14-year-old girl in the present, like making his speech.
Aoi, right, is her name?
Maybe, I forget.
Oh, wait, no, that's the Wikipedia for Kamen Rider Black. That's the wrong one.
I thought it might have been, maybe it was Kaoru, I don't remember.
I think that's the guy's name. Oh, yeah, Aoi Izumi. Yeah, there we go, there we go.
Yeah, okay. Aoi Izumi. But we find out that he's some kind of, like, freedom fighter, hippie, like, activist, and they're clearly making his character like he's better than first of all, way better representation of an American or native Japanese speaker like in Japan. He could be half even. Yeah, he's then like what we're getting in Geats. He speaks fluent Japanese, isn't a fucking complete dork. Sometimes he slips into English, but it's not so much that like people can't understand him. He's actually a competent like person in Japan. Yeah. So he's not just a fucking caricature. But he's also supposed to be this like almost philosopher or like idea guy, like the one coming up with the motto and the methods and the ideals behind Gorgon. but I can't tell if it's like, is he here because like he's from America and he saw what's happening to the KAIJIN, like, and saw like a kinship with the KAIJIN and like the black experience in America. Is it like, was he called, was he hired by, like, is he a consultant? Like, is he just brought in like, hey, we're starting our own like movement, we could use some help from somebody who's famous in America for equal rights or something? Like, how is he, or is he like I said, he could be half, maybe he's a KAIJIN. Like, I don't know what his deal is. Is he like, is he, what, how is he, how did he get associated with this group? And I'll also say, I'll repeat it again, when you include a black character specifically at this time in the world, you're very much making the statement, this is a parallel for, like, a metaphor for race. It's very much a metaphor for race. We're talking about the civil rights movement. Big, dumb idiots, look at it. We're talking about race. This is a race conflict. It's like, I think it might be about a race conflict. Like, yes, fucking Jesus Christ. It, like, thanks for letting us know. But hey, he's friends with Kotaro Nobuhiko for some reason. Don't know why, but cool. He's a cool guy, and they're cool guys, so they're all cool guys. And they hang out, and then he introduces them to a cool girl, and now we have the girl of the show, at least of the past, who, since she's not in the present, I'm gonna say she probably dies.
Look, a lot can happen in 50 years, you know, right?
Well, I'm not so much if you keep taking that good jelly crack.
Right. But hey, look, but you know what? Hey, look, you know when you're kidnapped, right? Hey, look, don't run away. Hey, just stay with them for a little while, you know, right? Hey, so what if you woke up if you were unconscious, and now you wake up in the living bus of a stranger, you know, right?
That's fine.
Yeah,
he's a good guy.
I'll make this person some breakfast, you know, right? Here's some eggs and some ham, you know, right? I should have just ran away.
Well, he was tired and he fell asleep, and you know,
after carrying me away, you know, and kidnapping me. Hey, boy, so it's obvious that Aoi is supposed to be our analog to Greta.
To Yukari?
No, to like she's supposed to be like this in-universe reference to Greta. What's her name?
Greta Thunberg.
Yeah, Greta Thunberg, right?
Yeah.
Right. Hey, you would think she should be. People would know where she is, you know, right? If she's supposed to be this big, important political figure.
Also, considering,
activist,
like,
right?
even ignoring the fact of, like, okay, so the kids got attacked, right?
Yeah.
And, alright, sure. Right? They couldn't, like, call for the police in the middle of being almost fucking bisected by the man spider. But, like, after... Nobuhiko. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to keep their names straight. Black is which one? Nobuhiko?
Yeah.
After Nobuhiko, like.
No, sorry. Black is Kotaru, and Nobuhiko is Sun.
Is Palemon or
Moonshadow? Moonshadow? Fuck.
Moonshadow.
Yeah.
Okay, so. All right, Sun and Moon. I'll use it in Pokemon terms.
Okay, yeah.
When Sun killed Man Spider.
Yeah.
And let Tweety Bird fucking bitch boy like go. That's when you call the police.
Yeah.
That's when you call the police and go, hey, my friend was getting attacked.
Yeah.
And I understand, again, like, KAIJIN rights is still like a questionable thing, and maybe an argument could be said of like, again, this is just taking a parallel from, like, America. If I was walking around as a kid and my friend was, let's say, Greta Thunberg or fucking, like, just a blonde white girl, I might have second guesses for a couple of hours about calling 911 because I don't want to be blamed for it as a black person. As a black man, I like just going, oh yeah, we were walking home together, everybody hates KAIJIN, and they keep like saying I stink and are being openly racist about it. Like, if I say I'm calling 911 to say that this white girl's missing. Well, this other bigger black guy showed up and tried to kill us, but then this other bigger black guy showed up and he killed him, then he took her. And they'd be going like, yeah, you're gonna have to come down to the station with us. And I'd be like, oh, fuck. So, there's things that could be done here to kind of explain how she's still in this situation, to kind of be like, okay, I get it, but like... Because also the thing is, I think in her mind, she's able to, like, rationalize this because her whole thing is about not, like, her whole thing is about trusting the Kaijin and not being, like, discriminatory. So I think that because he saved her, and, like, he's injured because he saved her, and, like, fucking Tweety Bird, like, I think she felt some kind of way of like, I need to make sure that this guy doesn't just die in this fucking decrepit abandoned bus. But like, it's all, you gotta make rationalizations for the characters, and I don't know if that's necessarily the best way to do that for a series. It's just, but I will say that it's less like leaps and bounds of logic that I have to go through than I might have to go through with character like decisions in something like, I don't know, Dawn Brothers. Fuck. Like,
right.
Like, at least this I can kind of follow the train of thought of like, okay, I could kind of see why she would do that under this interpretation of like, alright, this is how she's thinking maybe.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just a stupid 14-year-old girl who went, I'm playing house and living in a stranger's bus. Whee!
Hey, look, she has some stuff she never seen before. Hey, look, and you would think for an activist who's speaking for a Kaijin's rights, she would be well aware of this stuff. Because apparently this heaven stuff is really well known.
That's the thing, right? How known is it? Because if it's pretty much it seems like it's only under the control of people affiliated with the Gorgum Party. So, like, at the time, in the 70s, right, they were giving that shit away like candy to all of the members that were associated with them, but now they use it, I think, as like a control substance to like keep people
to juice them, like, keep them addicted, right?
Yeah.
Good pull that good old those good old fuck what was the family that did that?
Fucking the
Shacklers?
Oh, shit, I know what you God.
Shacklers?
The Sacklers, yeah.
Yeah, Sacklers, pull good old Sacklers family, you know, right?
You want to numb the pain? Boy, do I have an opioid drug for you.
Right? Hey, just check this out. Right? Yeah, but hey, look, she's gonna do some investigating on what this heaven heat stuff is. But,
nothing bad can ever come up from looking up government-controlled drugs online. The government is definitely not watching me. The fucking child activists that they hate.
Yeah.
But hey, also, Kotaro notices the shiny rock around... Well, it's not even that shiny. The big fucking rock around her neck.
Right.
Interesting. What the fucking backstory is supposed to be about her connection.
Yeah, how she gets the rock, right?
Because at first I started thinking that, like, oh, when she said my mom and dad, like, okay, maybe she's, like, the daughter of that Yukari girl from the past. Like, she wound up having a kid with, like, Nobuhiko, maybe, instead of Kotaro, and whatever. But then she, like... But that doesn't seem to be the case, especially after what happens this episode with her fucking... all of her parents.
Yeah.
Because then we're introduced to this absolute... I want to say... obligatory bad bitch is the best way to put it. Of just, like... the one female villain that's going to be like the sexy femme fatale.
Hey, look,
like,
she's wearing those stilettos heels, you know. I mean, look, those are some real like step on me, mommy heels. Like that's a Dami mommy like leather vinyl dress like skirt, and like she's out there, she's fighting with the one other woman in the fucking organization. She's like, I want your spot. I'm the queen bee, and it's like, oh boy, this is there's trouble in paradise, but boy, she is got one hell of a cocaine fingernail, because she's got that one fucking ring fingernail that is long as shit. I don't know if you noticed that, but her right side ring fingernail is like
way longer than the rest of them. Has like a giant like.
Oh boy, yeah, I'm noticing that. I'm noticing that right now. Yeah, when she points to the other woman and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Nobuhiko cleans up real well after being in prison for 50 years. You know, right?
Yeah, you know, it's he's like Soldier Boy. He just goes out, he shaves, you know, cleans himself up.
Do a few cuts, you know, right? And then you're like a completely different person, you know, in one setting, you know. All you need is
he truly looks like an entirely different person.
Yeah, and it took me a while to realize I thought I missed the scene, right? When they were cutting this to a tour, I thought this was a different character, right? So, oh wait, no.
It wasn't until they said that, like, again, watching it on Amazon, and it has a little X-ray thing of like tells you who the actors are.
Mm-hmm.
When it said like playing young Nobuhiko, and then it also said regular Nobuhiko, I went, wait, that was the same guy? I mean, I see it now when I look at him clean, but the fucking homeless vagrant did not look like that. Like, what the fuck did you guys do to him?
Mm-hmm, right, look, he was hiding all of it under his scraggly beard, you know.
Yeah, his scraggly beard and fucking matted hair. Like, it's really bad.
Mm-hmm.
He looks really bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, hey, Nobuhiko's getting the band back together, by which I mean he's just getting himself back together and going on a fucking rampage.
Look, he got his motorbike again, so look, he found a motorbike, and I can drive it.
He found a motorbike and a whole new set of clothes, other than the clothes that he was wearing that he stole
good thing this abandoned warehouse happened to have all this, you know, right? Real folks.
Well, presumably, right? Based on the flashback?
Yeah, this used to be one of their base for the party, right?
So
that's what I assume
that
it was.
Just has. Yeah, so it has like it's like a safe house that they had, and then we also find out that the one like skittish guy that the prime minister uses to like hold his surface for him or his fucking legally indistinct tablet, like, is like allied with him. But yeah, and then we get a fucking flashback of, hey, remember when we worked as a printing press, I guess, and making Molotov cocktails?
Yeah, when we were secretly distributing the word, you know, right?
I can't tell if they're pouring these into funnels to put into bottles for bombs, or if they're making moonshine. I'm assuming it's bombs. Because of like the way that they've shown us Gorgon like so far. But at the same time, they're also making stir fry on the other side, and Oliver Jones is drawing a naked lady on it.
Look! It's a big warehouse, you know. You got to make use of the spaces, right? Right? Look!
Yeah, some people are working on painting. Some people are making the stir fry. And some people are filling up the posters. Yeah, and then one is the fucking Molotov cocktail corner.
Yeah, right. Look, we divide. Look, everyone has their role in the warehouse. You know, right?
I've got to say, if I were in a fucking like radical group, boy, wouldn't I be happy to just get cooked? Like, it feels like in like the military, there's, you know, someone has to be on like cooking duty.
Yeah.
Stay on cooking duty. Stay on cooking
but I also
duty.
feel like, I don't think you should put the printing press room in the same room as the Molotov cocktail room, right? You know, in case something happens.
It's probably fine. The vapors won't hit. They're not lighting the Molotov cocktails. If anything, they probably shouldn't be eating next to the fucking like Molotov cocktail room.
That's true, right? I think they at least put them on different sides, you know, just for that reason, just in case, right? You know, so yeah. Hey, look. So I always say, hey, look, she got home. Yeah. You know, I got attacked. You know,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Adopted Mom.
Giant grasshopper kaijin. I've never seen one of those before. You know, showed up.
Yeah. Oh right? Boy. Yeah.
What's up with these giant walking grasshopper things, you know?
Yeah,
right?
He keeps bouncing around like
he jumps and he do kicks, you know, right? What's up with that?
Except he didn't actually kick him that time. He just fucking tore off a man's head.
And then ripped off his
punched him in the
innards.
tummy and fucking ripped off his head.
Right? And then here's Nick. Here's boy, they're
Nick,
choosing
the
a lot of
other
characters.
black guy. Two black guys in one Kamen Rider show, and neither one of them is a problematic stereotype. What a fucking world we live in.
Look! I think Toei realized, hey, look! This is gonna be on Amazon. It's gonna be on worldwide. We gotta show Japan that in our show about where we talk about racism, that we're not racist within our casting decision, right?
Yeah, and that we actually have fucking like. Well, it's one of those things of like, again, I said if you're gonna have this parallel metaphor of like racism, you can't, and you include black people in it. It's kind of staring in the fucking face. But also, problem is, are we going to have a moment of, you know, the black people actually getting shit happen to them because they're like associating with Kaijin? That could be a problem. Like, because Amazon probably shouldn't have a Kamen Rider series that's supposed to be about fighting racism. Have a racism happen to the black people, like, right off the bat. If it's supposed to be a metaphor, let it be a metaphor, but don't actually have the black person get fucking hate crimed in the middle of this show about fighting hate crimes. But yeah, hey, Aoi still has two living parents though that just left her with her cool aunt, I guess. But hey, they're coming back and it'll all be fine and everything's gonna be good.
Yeah,
Mom and Dad are coming home.
Hey, good job with your speech. You know, we saw it on the news and everything, right? Hey, good job.
Yeah, now we feel like we can come home. Now that you've impressed us enough, we've decided to come back and be your parents. You finally are worth our love.
Right. Hope to see you. Hope you and your aunt are still alive by the time we get back. You know.
Yep, I can't wait to see you and your aunt, and we're gonna all be a happy family again together, and everything's gonna be hunky dory.
Right, boy. So I like how fucking what's this character's name? Not Shinsuke, I believe is the other guy's name.
Oh, the Tweety
Sparrow.
Bird?
Yeah. I like how he had never point up until this moment when he barged in. Realized I think I would have been like, hey, man, should I let him know that I'm okay after I got kidnapped? You know, right?
Nope.
I love us up to this
moment.
That
when... also implies that, so do you think that he came home and at least told her aunt / like other mom, like that, like she, that she got kidnapped or went missing? Do you think he at least told her or his parents? Or did he just come home covered in blood and be like, it was a rough day. I don't want to talk about it.
You know,
don't ask me questions.
Look, teenage boy things, you know, I'm going through a lot, right? You know, look.
Yeah.
Right?
It's that time. You know, it's my Kaijin puberty, you know. It's that time of the month.
Yeah, look, I don't want to talk about it.
That's not. Yeah. But yeah, this is It's hey,
but look, this cafe is only racist towards Kaijin.
Yeah. Black people are A-okay.
Yeah, as long as you're also not a Kaijin, you know, right?
Yeah, as long as you're also not a Kaijin.
Yeah.
Which I still am not clear as to what the true defining factor. Do they actually just smell different and worse? Like, what's the smell of a Kaijin?
Right.
What other factor are they using to
still don't understand how people. You could tell people are Kaijins, right, in this universe, right? Right? I mean, they say it smells. I'm like, boy, that's a really broad statement, you know, right?
It's also a really, like, subjective one, too, because it's like, all right, well, like, can you smell them, like, from a is it a strong scent? Is it a, like, mild scent? Is it, like...
Can I cover this up with, like, some perfume?
Yeah, can I... Right? Yeah, if I middle school boy this shit and spray Axe body spray all over myself, does it mask the smell? Or does that, like, throw it off, like, or is that overcompensating? You can immediately tell, oh, they're wearing Axe body spray. They're a Kaijin.
Right? Look, they're either a 15-year-old boy or a Kaijin, you know, right?
Yeah.
Right? It's really weird how this thing is, how we're supposed to... People are supposed to know who Kaijin is, right? Right? Because it's easy when it's racism when it's based on skin tone, right? Right. But when it comes to like this, we're also like, okay, hey, what about like someone from I don't know, South America, right? Is
Yeah.
there like difference between right? Because based on people's environment, like the odor on their environment is like completely different, right?
Right. Which again would be. I mean, that is. Boy, that's some real racism shit of like, oh, you smell like foreign food or something, or you smell like oh, you smell like
oh, you're from the Bronx. I can tell by your smell.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can tell by the smell of. I can tell you're from Philly because of the Philly cheesesteak smell on you. Ooh, you dirty Philly fanatic. But like, and I think that's one of the interesting things about what they're doing with this is, again, if this as a parallel for racism, they've really shown a good mirror of like how ridiculous like just that level of discrimination is, because it's like in a society like Japan, where so many people are homogenous, they're finding something about people that, for all intents and purposes, look the same as them, but they're finding some distinguishing feature, and then they're going, well, nope, they're the outsider. We've got to exclude them.
Right? It's not like because we do see some of them do have like physical aspect, right? Great, because sometimes we get the flashback with Shinsuke, and we see that
when he's going through bird puberty.
Yeah, right. Once again, like I said, because at least it's easier in X-Men, right? When they actually use the mutant gene as like a puberty analog, right? Like how in X-Men, so in Marvel comics, right? You don't develop your mutant powers if you're a mutant until like your actual puberty age, right?
Right.
Yeah, so at least there's easier, right? But like I said, I still don't understand how any of this stuff is actually supposed to work.
And also, but even then, it's like, in X-Men, it's like, and X-Men is a really good example. But I would also argue that X-Men has, like My Hero Academia, some mutants who can pass for like just regular humans, and some mutants that can't, like Beast versus Storm.
Yeah.
But like, in this, we haven't. I mean,
right, I think
we saw the Rhino. We saw the Rhino guy getting lynched, but like,
but we also know that later it's shown that they transform under stress as well, right? I would have liked it better if the show has shown like there are actual people living with like
just in their form, like
right, or just have like aspects of like, hey, you're a Rhino Kaijin, and then we just see a random guy with like a horn. Right?
I guess that might have been what we were supposed to interpret when we had Kotaro beating the guy down to get his ketamine money back. Like in the first
that
episode.
guy. Like we had people like those. Right? I think this show would be
because I had assumed that it was him breaking his face, like just beating him so hard that it like broke his face, like partly like Kaijin, partly like human. Like was like breaking his like facade of like his like human skin, but it might have been the reverse of just like he's getting stressed out and he just like can't like fully change, like he's got like fucked up like transformation abilities.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's still questions that hopefully they can pull off an answer to with fucking 10 episodes of 40 minutes each. But so far, we're not so far at the point where I feel like I'm not getting questions when I should be, or not getting answers to questions when I should be. Like I'm getting questions, I'm going, okay, that's interesting. Sure, hope you have an answer for this, because if you don't, I'm gonna be mad.
Right? Yeah.
Hey, remember when we were kids? Wasn't that great? Hey, remember when we were kids and everything was fine? And oh, hey, look. My adopted mom is dead. My Kaijin mom is dead. She got killed by a sexy lady, and I'm scared. And oh god, she's a big thorn woman.
Yeah.
And
then she doesn't recognize. I guess Kaijin can recognize whenever there's other Kaijins involved. Right?
Yes. Yeah. I guess that is true. But like, here's a question, right? All right. So Shunsuke is like, oh, it's a strong one. Is he saying that because of the odor? Again, going back to like what the situation is. Is it like, is that what the odor comes from? Is like how Kaijin are you? Well, I smell like fucking ass. Like I smell like a certain person we know if smell was an indicator of strength, would be the strongest kaijin I've ever met.
Right.
Like,
or is this like one of those murderous aura things? You know, like in all those Japanese anime you watch.
Yeah.
You know, this person is real powerful.
Am I sensing their ki? Like, right? They're giving off such murderous intent.
Right. Yeah, but hey, look, Ali doesn't know. It's like, hey, she's like, hey, look, I'm home, aunt, right?
Yeah.
Well, hey, look.
And then crazy bitch with the nails decides to be
transferred to BDSM
thorn woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I get it, right? Because thorn brambles are just associated with like pointy, like beautiful, like something that's beautiful but painful, and like the whole pain aspect of BDSM. But I feel like
at least their design was as bad as I thought it was gonna be, right? I thought it was gonna be like it was gonna be like some weird flower BDSM looking kaijin monster, but at least they
it is just
looking. I was expecting what's that character from One Punch Man, the BDSM monster?
Oh, the just woman in BDSM with spiked titties and spiked mouth, and she's basically fucking cyber harpy lady.
Yeah,
no. But that's the thing is like every it feels like every villainous like femme fatale with like
that's her name. Okay,
into like BDSM and sub dom shit like it's always a rose monster. It's always like a rose whip and like flowers and like pointiness, and it's like there's got to be some other thing we can think of. Like I don't know, porcupines are pointy too. Let's get a porcupine fucking BDSM monster. I don't know.
Oh boy, hey, look. Oh boy, are we saying we want a sexy? Sexy.
Let's see sexy porcupine lady. No more sexy rose women. Sexy porcupine people.
I'm pretty sure if I go
do
to
not
a
send
site,
me. Please do not. Please don't. Actually, please don't. Please.
Yeah,
no.
I was saying if I go to a search site, I put in some keywords.
Please don't. Please don't. Please. I don't want to. I don't need that.
Let's see. New window incognito. Hey, look, you just keep
Nope. Let's just focus on what she looks like when she's a human. Which, by the way, she still is from the waist down. She's still wearing her dress, and she's still wearing her heels, and she's still wearing her stockings. So, did she just transform the top half of her body, or is that her full form? What the fuck is going on there? Why is it just that? But that's irrelevant, because she popped the fucking sparrow's head, and that's pretty bad. I was genuinely upset by, like, not upset so much, but, like, uncomfortable with how she, like, popped his head. Like, it wasn't a full, like, great popping, but it was just, like, that crack eyeball bulging out and, like...
Right?
Like, popping the neck while it's still in the skin. I was like, oh, sweet Jesus!
Yeah,
that is excessive!
She broke her neck, right? I thought she was trying to stab her heel through his head, right? Like I thought...
Yeah. That's normal. That's normal. I was expecting that, too. I was like, cool. It'd be like that one scene in Snakes on a Plane. Nope.
Right.
But yeah, turns out the power of flowers don't let you transform.
Yeah.
I guess.
Look, she
don't really know.
Look, she know why. Look, she knew Black Sun was coming, so she's like, uh-oh, hey, I'm gonna set up this defensive zone, you know, right?
Yeah.
Right?
So long as you're within my flower power, you cannot transform, which I guess, but like. Sure, whatever. Anyway, hey, at least Nobuhiko's gracious enough to help a innocent kid that got fucking his brain squished in.
Yeah, but I thought she snapped her neck, right? That was the...
I mean, she did snap his neck. I think it's just, like...
I guess, like, boy, this heaven stuff is some good stuff, you know, right?
That's some good shit. That's some good shit. You could be on the brink of death, but you get that good in you, and you could still fucking
come back accelerate your healing process, like, I guess, you know, right?
Yeah. Your healing factor will take care of the rest. Jesus Christ. That's some... I don't like Jello. I'll take that Jello. If it fucking gives me super fucking healing, oh, fuck
yeah. It fixes my healing ability, like that, you know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, look,
but hey...
Nobuhiko's here to help. Kotaro can't transform. I was like, oh, man, this flower bear is pretty fucking good, you know, But don't worry, Nobuhiko says, fuck. I don't care.
Fuck that. Yeah, I'm too cool.
I'm all for murder,
a badass.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care. Look, I'll murder anyone that gets in my way, you know?
I'm still trying to get what's going on with the suits, because it's like, I get it. They're more bioorganic, I guess, in this rendition, but like they just fully like the mandibles at the bottom like fully open up, and I'm like, okay, so how much are the rest of these body parts like actually like weapons and tools that you can use to like kill? Like,
right, or the grasshopper leg on his back, like stabby little pointy bits or not.
Right, like in Amazon's, right, the blades on their like forearms, the gauntlets and stuff, that was like an actual point of them being able to like get bigger and like slice through shit. Are those like legs gonna like flip out, like detach or something and turn into blades?
They're gonna Iron Spider this, you know, right?
Yeah, like what is the like
activate kill mode, right?
What parts of this are like just for show and which parts are actually functional? Because I didn't think that the mandibles would be able to open up, but I guess they can, because he just runs in and takes a big old chomp. And
and then just fucking
it splits her in half in the bad way.
Okay, she should get some of that heaven stuff real quick, you know, right? Like, then attach it, you know, right? And that's how it works, boy. Like I said, I don't understand how this heaven stuff works, but it's good enough that.
Well, she'd have the heaven stuff, but unfortunately, she can't reach her pockets. She got her legs ripped off. She can't reach her pockets. If she could just get over back to her legs and reach into her pocket, she could fucking take the heaven stuff. But can't get heaven when your legs are all the way over there across the room.
Right.
But yeah, then he just he just watches the Rose Woman die, and but whatever. Nobuhiko is so badass, and he doesn't care about the little girl. I'm just here to be edgy and show how strong I am and kill.
I'll show cultural. Just because I was in prison for 50 years, didn't mean I was slouching, you know, right? Right? Yeah. It's like Uncle Iroh when he got kidnapped, right? Just because Uncle Iroh was in jail, that doesn't mean he was just staying in his jail all day. He was working out.
Yeah, he got that prison hard body.
Right? Look. He knew he's gonna have a lot of free time, so he's like, I might as well use this, you know, right?
Yeah.
Look, her aunt's dead. Look, Shunsuke's
her aunt's dead.
alive.
But Shunsuke's eye, Shunsuke's alive, but his eye might probably never work the same. I don't know. But, I mean, hey, look, kid, you're breathing, so take that for a fucking
you're more important, you know? You gotta do this environmental speech next week, you know, right? And look, we need you alive, right?
Yeah. But, yeah, Kotaro, I guess, is trying to recruit Nobuhiko. Nobuhiko is trying to recruit Kotaro to join his, like, murder plan, his revenge plan. Like,
look.
Listen.
Like, I know who's at the top, you know?
We know who's at the top. It's our job to beat them. Like, we've got to do it. And it's like, I guess, but I'm an old man now, and I could die, and I've got this thing called ketamine that's really good. I don't want to stop doing it.
Hey, look, did you have that in prison? Have you tried any ketamine yet?
Have you tried any ketamine? He's like, well, I've been trying heat heaven. It's like, boy, have you got to try ketamine.
Right, and then, so I assume these are her parents that get kidnapped, right? That's what it was.
Yes, her real parents. I mean, they're definitely supposed to be her real parents. The question is, are they kidnapped or are they just straight up murdered?
Right. Also, why are they walking home in like the worst possible? Like, boy, look, hey, look.
Well, so it seemed like the thing was that they were in hiding, right? But it's not clear why, because they were definitely traveling like abroad, and then they were like, "Hey, meet us here at this point. We want you to come with us." I feel like they've been like on the run and trying to stay out of Japan so they can't get caught by whoever's chasing them. But like, I don't really know. I mean, it's presumably it's Gorgon, but like, we don't know enough about. Like, she hasn't said anything about her family, and presumably she might not even know enough about her family to know why they're being chased. Because obviously she has the pendant that is more than likely a Kingstone, and so they probably hid it with her because they didn't want her, like, They wanted to
Yeah,
keep
they
the
want
attention
the-
on
yeah,
him,
the get in the wrong
but
hand.
the thing is, right, when your daughter goes on international television at the UN, and one of the people like pining for the mystical rock that you guys have is the prime minister, he might notice that your daughter has the mystical rock that he wants, and just kill you
just
and
realize,
kidnap
hey,
her.
Or you realize, hey, look, you guys love your kids, right? Would be a shame if I send you pictures of her in this dungeon I keep. You know, right? Hey, bring me the stones, right?
Yeah. But hey, now we get to see Nobuhiko's bat friend fucking transform, because that was fucking amazing.
Oh no, this is the funniest fucking scene.
He can't fly. He can't fly good.
I actually had to do a
that might be the best.
This,
that might be the best kaijin of all. Yeah, I did too. Like, he might be the best kaijin of them all so far, just by the fact of like, because I said before, I'm not yet sold on the kaijin like transformations yet. A lot of the ones with like fur or feathers like weird me out,
right? Because I also
the bat kaijin,
it's also show up later, because we do see that underground club when they were showing the images. Those were images from the fucking original Black, right? Like those are updated, right? So it clearly showed that, but like if you're not like a main enough character, the suit you're wearing is the shit we find in the fucking storage room, right?
Right. Yeah.
You're only getting a suit if your name is Black, Shadow Moon, right? So it's really like a majority, like half, like, I'm not gonna say half. I want to say like 80%, alright? I think 80% is still being generous. 90% of the suit we are seeing in the show are like the shitty ass recycled monster costume from the Showa era that there's like, fuck yeah, we might. I think we should just use these.
Yeah, kids are stupid. They're never gonna notice.
Right?
Whatever.
Yeah, fuck
Put them in rubber suits.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it's really fucking funny. Also, I just think it's funny how this scene was directed. So that means they must have had a guy on wire, like, in the kaijin.
Oh, yeah. They had
and then have the actor from the glasses guy, like just lay down, like, out of frame on the camera.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's definitely what it was. But do you think that the guy that they flew in, did they just... I mean, they must have just, like, dropped him like a yo-yo, right? Like, they must have bungee jumped, like, pushed him, and he just was like, and then falls to the ground, and then
it's like
the glasses guy pops back up.
Yeah, right, and then at the other guy, right, you're staying right, as soon as he touches
Is that even safe, considering, like, what, like...
I mean, I'm sure there's
all,
like, at least
all Kamen Rider stuff is...
you know, right?
I'm just... Okay, yeah, that's true. It's just one of those things of, like, okay, so we know it's a tokusatsu. Of course there's wire work. But, are you allowed to just, like, yo-yo, like, string, like, pull a guy and, like, bounce him up and down on his back? Like, just, Jesus.
Hey, look, we're going to drop you down, and then as soon as we drop, start moving your arms, right? It'll cushion the fall.
Flap like you believe it can work.
Yeah, right? Look, just because this rubber suit is adding a bunch of weight, look, these wings are aerodynamic, you know, right? The wings will, it's like a parachute. As soon as you start flapping the wings, it'll create tension between you, right? Create up thrust.
Or did they push the guy off and tell him that he could fly? Did they just go, hey, we're actually going to tell you can fly. Don't worry, just trust us. And then they just pushed the dude off the fucking ledge. And that's just audio that was muted of him screaming going down.
Yeah, no, it's just so fucking funny. This weird transition. Yeah. It's like, it's just so fucking weird. Right?
Yeah.
Hey look, her parents got kidnapped and everything, but hey, I like how her mom was really adamant on keeping her luggage as she was being dragged away, right?
Yeah.
You would think,
I was going to go see my daughter. Please. I want to give her... I have all these gifts from traveling abroad in exile.
Right? Look, I brought her some I Heart New York t-shirts, you know? People in New York really, really like these shirts, you know? Right?
Yeah.
Every vendor, every street seller has an I Heart New York t-shirt for some fucking reason. You know?
Well, people really heart New York, obviously.
Yeah. Hey, our Prime Minister guy might not be the goodest character, you know, right?
Yeah, oh boy, kidnapping small girls and fucking having control over the drug trade.
Right.
Prime Minister Sackler over here, out here fucking...
Hey, look, getting rid of people who can't reproduce, you know, right? Because that's one thing Japan doesn't need right now. It's people who don't reproduce, you know, right? They can't... Look, Japan has a low birth rate. We need people who can produce new people for Japan's future and fix our birth rate problem.
It's not even people that... can't reproduce. It's just people that he deems almost unworthy of reproducing, or like that he deems as without value, because it's like it's people on welfare too. He's like, God, the list of like this is a really dark thing, like to just see of just him going like, yeah, anybody on welfare, LGBT, aren't you? This is not what people mean when they want more inclusion in fucking like live action media for like people of all genders and like races. Is like, yeah, not as the people in the cages being sent to go get milked by the Century King. That's not what we meant.
All right, to be chopped up and made into hey look, there's a reason why Heaven's Heat is so jellyful, you know, right?
It's all that goo. It's all that human goo.
Right.
Jesus Christ! It's fucking. It's such a dark.
Boy, hey,
like,
how much do you think a simple person produced for Heaven's Heat, right? How valued do you think we are, right, for Heaven's Heat? Like if I were to sell like you know how people can sell their blood, right? You can sell your blood.
Yeah, like
or,
could you sell like an arm for like to make some Heaven's Heat?
Right? Like how much?
I've got to imagine it's a lot of concentrated human, but there's only so much mass that you can like smush down, and they don't seem to be caring about like the part. So they probably just blend people up until they can like get them all like completely like a nice even stir, and you get all the parts of the human in there.
Right, really, but we all have to be very careful. Like, oh look, you don't want any hair, right? And you look, oh man, look, I'll be real mad if I eat gelatin and then there's fucking hair in it, right? Like, oh my god, it would make me question where the fuck this hair came from in my Jello, you know, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, if I ate a hamburger and a strip of leather came out, I'd be pretty pissed too. But yeah.
Hey look, more inclusion.
Yeah, more inclusion. Go to the blender. You're included in the fucking. There's so much inclusion. They're included in the fucking margarita mix that is Heat Heaven.
Right.
A little bit of human, a little bit of Century King milk. That we suck out of his bug titties.
Look, this is also how we control all of them. You know, right?
Yeah. And, you know, it keeps people, like, wanting to buy from us, and then we have this whole drug industrial complex that keeps us super wealthy, and then that helps fund our political party, which helps us, like, get even more power, which it's, like, boy, I mean, yeah, I mean, I will say this, that's a pretty, like, reasonable, like, that's a real like devious like scheme they've got going, but like again, are you guys supposed to be like, you were trying to have a good point back in the day? What made you go all full Sackler on us? Like, why are you trying to, if again this is supposed to be a metaphor for discrimination, there's never been a point where like, Obama didn't start fucking, like, he didn't restart the drug war and start putting crack in, like, the projects and stuff so that he could control all of the other black people and, like, make them all, like, dependent on him and stuff. He didn't start some fucking elaborate scheme. I'm sure somebody believes that. I'm sure QAnon believes that. But he did. I'm sure Kanye believes that. But
look, or we just go to her to, hey, look, vote for me as a vote, and I'll keep the vampires out, you know, right?
Yeah, I guess.
This movie with a vampire, you know, right? Boy, hey, real quick, off topic. So I watched that clip of where he was describing the scene from Fright Night, right? He actually gets the scene completely wrong, which is the funniest thing about that scene. When his rant about vampires, like when he was talking about the vampire movie, right? Because someone posted a clip to the scene, to the moment in the film where the event he's talking about should be happening. Everything he says does not happen in that scene whatsoever. It's like the only thing he took was he saw a vampire upstairs, and then he tried to make a little story out of it. It's so fucking bad. The scene is completely wrong from how it plays out to what he's describing.
Wow, what a twist. Kanye West is wrong about something. Stop
Oh,
the
no, not
fucking
Kanye.
questions.
Herschel Walker.
Oh, Herschel Walker.
Yeah.
Oh, Herschel Walker. You mean? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty great. But
Herschel,
hey,
yeah.
But hey, underground money club where you can buy super soldiers.
Where you can buy kaijin, and sometimes we let them out a little bit too much and have too much freedom, and they bite the, the mascot girl.
Boy, hey, look, and that's the thing, you know, right? Hey, don't stand near the cage, right? Like, don't stand. Yeah. And look, you can stand near the cage, but make sure when you're standing near the cage, you're not within range length of the cage, you know, right?
Yeah.
Right?
I'm now looking. Also, if you pause around like the 35, 34 minute mark, you can see the menu they have describing all of the different kaijin.
Right.
And I'm assuming that these shots are from the old like
that's what I was saying. Yeah. Like, all the suits that they all in the pictures are all from the shitty actual Kamen Rider Black show era.
But you can see, if you look at it, like if you look at the people, you can see that they absolutely just like they've been stealing what appears to be foreigners, because one of them is a black guy, one of them is what looks like a white army dude, and one is like a blonde white woman. There's another woman on the left side that looks like fucking Honey Boo Boo's mom, like there. But they all also have one of those like Pokemon or like JoJo's like skill pentagons. Right. And it's just like, wow, okay, cool. So we're also giving you the fucking stats on these characters, too. Cool. Oh, man, I can't wait to add them to my fucking gacha game.
Right? The worst part is, right, when you're one of them is like, they clearly used a picture when the guy was in the army, right? And I was like,
yeah.
Like, if you show me a picture of, like, a random civilian, and a guy in an army, just like, hey, you can buy one of these for your militia. I'm like, I think I'll pick the army guy.
I think I'll pick the army guy. Yeah, I mean, he is going. What's funny is
the civilian
he's going for.
It's something like the saber-tooth tiger kaijin, right?
He's going for the second. He's going for the second highest underneath the Ammonite kaijin. Then there's the lizards kaijin, the coelacanth kaijin. Jesus, it's just ridiculous. Like, looking at this as a menu and like the spread that they have is just so funny to me. Of like, yeah, we had to. It requires a graphics team, right? It requires somebody that knows how to use InDesign to make like a full brochure on all of these fucking like people that are essentially slaves made like forced against their will to turn into kaijin. Like, it's fucking.
Also, it's funny
like,
as well, rewatching the scene, the picture that they use for the lizard kaijin is that you don't even have the person in focus. It's like a faraway shot, right? Because at least with everyone else, it's like a headshot, right? But the person that they use for the lizard is like so fucking far away. It's like they took this, it's like a stalker picture, right? Of this person. Yeah. But hey, look, this menu's expensive, you know, right?
Yeah. But hey... here's the the monkey kaijin, which is totally not just a bat, because it really just looks like a bat.
Yeah, and then hey, look, then don't stand near or you might get your
don't taunt them. Don't taunt the monkey. Don't taunt the monkey. That's what they've always taught you, is that monkeys will bite you if you try to taunt them. Don't make direct eye contact. Don't get too close to them. They will bite you.
Right? Don't stand in arm's length. You know, right? Right, and hey, look. Also, the worst part is, so I was watching when I was first watching to say, so there's two security guards standing next to the cage, right? There's a black and a white guy, right? For a second there, when I was watching it, I thought it was the actor for John and Ben, right? Right, and I thought, like, it's like, oh man,
that'd be like, great if they were just moonlighting as the bodyguards for this fucking ring,
right?
Like.
It was real funny. Like, I had to do a double take when I was watching to make sure, right, that it wasn't John and Ben that were in this scene, because I realized, because, you know, right, I was like, hey, look, we got you guys on set. Hey, look, we need you guys to
you might as well just walk over with the same outfits you've got.
Yeah, right, to film this scene, right?
Also, again, looking at the Mad Monkey Kaijin, I am recognizing yet again that he did not transform from the feet down. That's really bothering me. Like, because especially when you go to look at all of the kaijin when they are on their like menu cards, you see them fully transformed. They look like Black Sun and Shadow Moon do, because they have like their legs transform too. All of these look like they half transform, like they only got the top half of the suit.
Yeah, right. Look, you only need a head, and we only need your arms, right? No one's gonna see you because the rest of your body's gonna be covered, you know, right? There's no point.
Yeah, okay, sure. Well, I can see it right now, and it's bothering me. The man's barefoot.
Yeah, just his regular human foot, you know, right? Ruins the illusion.
His regular human feet are just walking around. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, rich people gamble on lives of fucking discriminated people. Wow. Super. And the prime minister gets the kickback on, like, the purchases made. Oh, wow. It's all corrupt. This goes all the way to the top. All the way to the top. Oh, boy.
Also, don't know why you would print out this fancy graphics to give to like, hey, you know that?
Well, again, they've got a graphics department. Somebody in there, again, just like getting to be the stir fry guy in the fucking terrorist form of Gorgom. It's great to be the person on graphic design work.
I mean, but still, right? I understand for a menu for the right. So when the customer comes in, right? But the fact that you have to print like this little sheet to give to the private, like, hey, that's incriminating evidence, you know, right? I think you should just like I don't know, like just like scribble it onto a note and let them.
Are you saying they should be selling them on the blockchain?
Right, but it's just like this thing is like so professional looking for no reason. Like, you don't need to do this. You just have to write on a note saying, "Hey, here you go. Hey, we sold it for this amount. This one sold by." This just looks like maybe someone actually might have had to make this like this little sheet of paper.
Yeah, someone had to buy like business card like stock paper and like print that little thing on that paper and then break that out like just to sell it.
Right, it's like the person I feel like this is like the most incriminating evidence to have, right?
Also, consider that it started at like 30 million and then it went all the way up to 82 million. That's fucking nuts. Like, that's a 50 million fucking or 52 million upsell on a fucking bid on something. It's like, wow, you guys. I mean, sure, if that's what you like.
Also for a Mad Monkey, Kaijin, look, I didn't.
Also, a Mad Monkey that they just made and they have given you no data on. I understand that you might be thinking that you're getting like being an early adopter, but you literally haven't even tested to see if the software runs.
Right?
You might be buying a Cyberpunk Edgerunners or a Pokemon Scarlet.
Right? Yeah. Look.
But hey, back to the past. Time to go back to the past, though. Ooh, we're coming up with a plan. Are you sons of bitches in? You son of a bitch. Nope, he goes in because he just wants that pussy that bad. We're gonna kidnap the prime minister's grandson. Okay, that's a real jump, guys. That's a real big jump. That's a real it's turning like they're becoming less the Black Panthers and more the Proud Boys. Like, let's go kidnap not Gretchen Whitmer. What's it, Gretchen Whitmer?
Yeah,
the governor of Minnesota.
Yeah,
no, Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Also, you know this is the sound because everyone's just casually smoking all the time as well. I didn't realize that fucking one of those. What's her name is just smoking as she's explaining this thing, you know, right?
Oh yeah, she's always smoking. They've constantly had Yukari smoking.
And whatever. This is the 70s. Look. The Surgeon General hasn't put out his warning yet, you know, right? No one knows the harmful
Jesus,
effects.
yeah. Joe Camel's still alive and flourishing. They haven't caught that rat bastard. Oh no, is Joe Camel a Kaijin?
Oh wait.
Is he the Camel Kaijin?
Jeez. But yeah, hey, look, let's go kidnap a kid. You know, right? Look, this is our master plan. Look, this is how. Look. If there's one way to let people know about our peaceful ways, you know, right?
It's kidnapping the grandson of the head of the government.
Right?
Yeah,
look,
that'll get us people on our side.
That'll make them listen to us. Right? Then the government will listen to our demands, you know, right?
Look, they're just going to make a quick protest out front of the, I guess, what is it, the Diet Building, whatever the government ministry, whatever they call it. Where do they don't have Congress. What is it? Hold on. Japanese government meeting.
Is that Parliament, right?
Corruption. It might be Parliament building. Location.
National Diet Building is what's coming up.
National Diet Building, yeah. Okay, so they're just going to make a small protest outside the National Diet Building. It's going to be completely peaceful. Maybe someone will say something about hanging somebody. Maybe.
Look, they'll break through the barrier, you know, right?
Yeah, there's no way that anybody's going to, like, try to dash in, en masse, kill a few cops, scare all the fucking, like, politicians, have someone say on a phone call that it smells like pee-pee and poo-poo because people are defecating and stuff, and be unable to reach the Prime Minister because he's helped insurrect the whole thing. No way. No way.
Yeah.
But hey, anyway, back to the president's sad fucking bus.
Gets to hang out in a cool van now, you know?
Yeah, with an old man.
Yeah, he's like, she gets to sleep in this
pasta and eggs, I guess?
Gets to sleep in a cool van, you know? That's what every kid's dream is, you know, right? Not sleeping in their home, right? That's lame, you know, right?
Look, she already had a fake mom, or, like, an adoptive mom. Now that her adoptive mom is dead, she needs an adoptive dad. And her parents are also probably dead, too, so that's also a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. And she wants him to teach her how to fight, which, boy, unless you're going to turn to a kaijin, I don't know what he can truly teach you about fighting. Also, you're still a 14-year-old child, so unless your fighting is with a gun, I don't think you're going to do that much fighting.
Or you're one of those, or if you're one of those anime characters, right? Who's like, oh, you peak at 14, 15, you know, that's the strongest you'll ever be, you know, right? Right, like one of those. Hey, look, there you go. There you go. Look. Hey, look. You have a place to sleep now, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
Right. But hey, do you think they called someone about her aunt? Right.
Again, based off of Tweety Bird Boy Shunsuke not saying anything, I guess, to anybody after Aoi got kidnapped. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say Shunsuke went home and again was covered in blood and went, another weird day. Don't ask questions. Like
before she ran away, right? Or I guess wet Nobuhiko. I mean, Kotaru, right? Didn't she calls her like, hey, there's a dead body at this house, you know, right? Ignore the fact that this is the house of the international activist who's well known, Aoi Izumi, right? Ignoring that.
It has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, right? Hey, look, you guys should come check out this dead body. I'm not home right now, but I heard that there's a dead body.
I have an alibi. If you look closely at the bisected corpse in the alley, like 3 blocks over, you'll find more evidence that I was there actually instead. I had something to do with that,
right? What do you think? What do you think? What actually happened after she went to?
What do you think the forensic files are like on Kaijin murders? Right, because the Rose bitch was sending her shit all over the house. So in theory, right, if the cops did come, see her dead mom, like follow the literal like breadcrumbs of rose petals.
I mean, to be fair, there's also
to the bisected body,
you know, right?
where it has like where it would probably have DNA evidence of like her kidnapping Aoi and murdering the mom. So it's like that. I think that's like open and shut case, boys. We got her.
Boy,
like, that's all done.
There's a Department of Damage Control in this universe, right?
Oh, there's gotta be. The cops have got to be up to their fucking tits and fucking like Kaijin murders. Kaijin on Kaijin murders and Kaijin by human murders and humans by Kaijin murders.
Look. It's the Japanese police department racist. Like, hey, look.
Oh man, well they'll hold an internal investigation and we'll find out more on episode 3 of Kamen Rider Black Sun.
Oh yeah, all right, yep. Oh, that's already this episode.
I think so. Yeah, on police investigations.
The police will investigate the crimes and they're like, oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, that's this episode. Hey, coronavirus is still a thing. Watch this, wear a mask, get your shots. Boosters a thing now. Kate, thanks, bye.